Prescott Valley. I'm Vice Mayor Dene Hunt, and I'm really happy to be here today with Council Chat because we are talking to folks from Relay for Life, American Cancer Society, and this is Prescott Valley TV, which is a new name for us, and we are now part of Sparklight Channel 1056, so we're moving up. So with me today I have Kristi Jones, the soon-to-be American Cancer Society's Senior Coordinator of Development, and Dene Hunt, who is a two-time cancer survivor. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Kristi, how long have you been involved with the American Cancer Society and why?
I've been a volunteer for them for 16 years. I attended my first Relay for Life in 2003. The town actually had a team and they had invited me to be part of it. And they'd explained, oh, it's this great overnight event and there's all these teams and activities. And it was actually a down year that year. So there was maybe 10 teams. It was so windy, like canopies were blowing end over end. But I had been a caretaker for my grandpa, or a caregiver, when he battled cancer. And from his diagnosis to his death, it was only 6 weeks. And I was devastated and mad at the world that he didn't live. So the whole cancer doesn't sleep, the walking all night, it just struck a chord with me because I would get up with him during the night to give him his pain meds, and I fell in love with it and the whole concept of it. And I liked that it was for every type of cancer. It wasn't specific to one because my dad was a cancer survivor, my mom's a two-time breast cancer survivor, my grandpa had a different type of cancer. So for me, it wasn't about one specific thing, it was about being involved for all kinds of cancers and being able to help.
Great. Thank you for your service. I'll volunteer for 14 years. So Kristi, I have the Quad Cities Relay website, which is
www.relayforlife.org/Quad Cities AZ. Or you can simply Google Relay for Life, put in your zip code, and it will show you what our website is.
Great. I'm real excited because it's being hosted in Prescott Valley, right?
Yes, it is.
Right.
Yes, it is. It's a great location here.
And for more information, they can call the American Cancer phone number at 800-227-2345. And that will be on the screen a couple times throughout our chat. So.
Yes, and that's really a great number because you get a live person 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So if you have questions on anything about what's available in your area or you just want help, you can call them and they can direct you. So it's a great resource.
Great, or probably even if you just want to talk to somebody.
Yes. Yes.
So in the middle of the night, if you need somebody to talk to, that's a good number to call.
Yes.
So I visited the website and found this, and it said, every one of us has been touched by cancer in some way. Friends, relatives, caregivers, and survivors, we all use our special passion to help the American Cancer Society save lives, celebrate lives, and lead the fight for a world without cancer. I love that. Kristi, today we're going to talk about the feeder event to the Relay for Life, which is in June, and it's called Wild Orchids Cruisin' for a Cause Car Show on May 7th from 10 to 3 at Park Collective in Prescott Valley. So let's talk car show. What do you have to tell me?
Let's talk car show. Well, it's the first time we're trying this event, and we had a gentleman who owns the Wild Orchid. In fact, on the poster, that's actually his vehicle. And he lost his wife to cancer. So the colors of the paint represent the different types of cancer she had. And it's a very moving story, and he had come to us with this idea, and we thought we can 100% make this happen. So we have sponsor stops, so basically cars register. It could be a classic car, a hot rod, a brand new Corvette, whatever you like. It can be a motorcycle. Whatever type of vehicle, if you want to be a part of it, we would love to have you. We are requesting pre-registration. As you're well aware, the day is May 7th when there's a lot going on in the town. It's Prescott Valley Days, it's Embry-Riddle's graduation at the event center. So we want to be able to communicate with the participants in advance to send them the map, let them know how to access Park Collective. So we are asking for people to be pre-registered. Next year we may offer on-site registration, but this year we just can't with all the moving parts to it. So cars will show up, and once everyone's there and checked in, they'll take off. We'll be heading up 69. We have a couple spots M&I Windows is one of our sponsors. Eric Strobel, State Farm Insurance is one of our stops. Then we'll head into Prescott. They'll go on Iron Springs. We have a few spots there. And then come down 89A, and one of the last spots will be the new A&W.
In Prescott Valley.
In Prescott Valley. We're very excited about them.
Yeah. So that's great. So again, it's at Park Collective at 7450 East Pav Way.
Yes.
So if I love classic cars and I want to go see them, and I'm not going to follow in the cruise, what's a good time to be at Park Collective?
I was saying time between noon and 3.
Okay.
The cars will be there, and we have an amazing amount of raffle gifts we'll be selling tickets for. You do not have to be present to win because we'll actually be drawing for those night of relay, but you can purchase the tickets at the car show. We'll also be doing 50-50 raffles throughout the day. And a lot of times you'll go to an event and you may not want to participate in a raffle because you need to be there when they do the drawing. The 50-50, we're doing decks of cards, so each pot will be 52 chances.
Oh, wow.
So that way it should flip over relatively fast. So if you show up at noon, but you have to be somewhere at 1, you more than likely will be able to get in on it and have it drawn while you're still there and have a chance to win 50% of the cash that we raise. So we have a lot, and Outlaw Donuts food truck will be there on site the entire time. We're working on getting a DJ, our favorite DJ, Casey Danner, has another event that day. So we're still working on getting a DJ, so there'll be music. So definitely from 12 to 3 would be a great time to come by and check out all the amazing cars.
So have you memorized the website for Cruising with a Cause?
I have, and it's very long, and I apologize. We wanted something quick and easy.
Let's give it to our listeners here.
Yes, it's acsPhoenix.ejoinme.org/Quad Cities Cruise.
So I have to say, I went on that website today. I registered my husband's classic car, a 1967 Chevy El Camino. And it was really easy. $35, super simple, and it all goes to the American Cancer Society.
Yes, yes.
So please, if you have a classic car, please register. And they have until May 6th. Okay, to register. And then, Kristi, let's take some time now and mention the sponsors, because I heard you're having a really good year with regard to sponsors. We have really, so I'll start with our presenting sponsor is Universal Homes. It's the second year that they have been a presenting sponsor. And trying to recover after the COVID compromised years, it's really been a blessing to have as many sponsors step up as we have this year. So let me say thank you, Joe Contadina.
Thank you, Joe Contadina.
Universal Homes,
yes.
Who built Granville.
Which is where I live, so he's a builder. Our diamond sponsors are Dignity Health, YRMC, which they're probably our longest standing sponsor. They've always supported our event as long as we've been here. MI Foundation, they've been a sponsor the past few years. K&R Parker Enterprises has been a sponsor for several years. Our platinum sponsor, Guild Mortgage, the Collette team, it's their first year as a sponsor for us. We're excited to have them. Another new sponsor this year is Desert Financial Credit Union, and they've chosen to be our Gold Together sponsor, which means that money is going specifically for childhood cancer and research.
Okay.
And we're also looking, we don't have one signed up yet, but our Gold Together team, which the same thing, any money the team raise would be specific for childhood cancer. So we're very excited to have Desert Financial on board and with that specific sponsorship. Then for bronze sponsors, we have A&W, State Farm, Eric Strobel, Finley Toyota, Moose Lodge, number 319, Comfort Mobility, Dr. Jason A. Curtis, 1AZ Credit Union, Moyer's Heating and Cooling. For signature sponsors, we have Dean and Vice Mayor Hunt, IK Consulting, and Cosmopolitan Salon and Spa. And then our in-kind sponsors, which are so important to us as well. First is Town of Prescott Valley. This is such a beautiful venue to hold the event. Park Collective, they're our sponsor for the car cruise. Hampton Inn has been the home for our relay meetings, our kickoffs.
Oh, nice.
They've, since they opened in Prescott Valley, they have been our relay home, so we really appreciate them. DJ Casey Danner of CMD Entertainment, our photographer Haley L. Worrell Photography, She's been our photographer for years, Prescott Pro Sounds, and more party rentals.
Great. Good group, a lot of them in Prescott Valley. So Dene, we mentioned that you are a 2-time cancer survivor. Can you let us know what type and what is it like to hear you have cancer not once but twice?
Well, the first cancer I had was about maybe 16 years ago. It was colon cancer, and then the recent one I had not too long ago was prostate cancer, and both of them can be, they can be tough to overcome. The colon cancer was not easy, but you just have to have faith. You have to continue to just do what your doctors ask you to do, and then you can get through it. Same thing with, you take it, don't talk to just one doctor. Sometimes you need to talk to several specialists, several doctors, and get their opinion. Don't be afraid to do that, because it's what I did for my prostate cancer, and it actually wound up being a very positive experience, if that can be positive, okay? But it wound up being a positive experience because I had a great urologist and had a great surgeon.
And that was 2 years ago.
That was just 2 years ago.
And you had it removed.
And I had it removed, yeah.
Very good. So how does suffering from cancer impact you, and not only you, but your family?
It's weird. And for me, because of my faith, it didn't really hit me that hard. I mean, I had some, aha moments, where I was just like saying, okay, if this is it for me, because I was pretty young. I was only 48 when I found out that I had colon cancer. And so for me, it was just a matter of, okay, I'm going to deal with this. I'm going to do what my doctors say. But it was affecting me differently than my family. My children, even when I was going through chemo and stuff, they really didn't want to come see me at the hospital. It was really too close to them. And so it affects people differently. Some people get closer, some people get further. And it was just hard for them to see. It was hard for them to see me in that condition. And you hear that C word and you just go, oh, yikes, That's the first thing you think of is, am I going to live? Am I going to die? But it doesn't go that way. Many times it goes the other way. There's a lot of great doctors and surgeons out there that can save your life. It can get you going back and enjoying life again.
Anything else you want to share about being a survivor?
I would just say, you have just to hit it head on. You have to try to have faith faith in your doctors, your surgeons, your people that are doing the chemo with you, and they're good. I mean, they've got so many resources now, so many things that they can do, so many cocktails they can do to help you, and so many ways that they can help you get through it, not only physically but mentally too. And I think that the thing that I probably noticed the most about me being a survivor, not once but twice, is there's other people going through that same thing you're going through. And you, a lot of times, wind up reaching out to them also, because you realize, I'm not in this by myself. There's a lot of other people suffering. So you have this heart for them too.
And I was really proud of you this weekend when we were talking to a young woman who was going through cancer currently, and you were able to give her some advice about the PICC line and all of that. So
right.
I think that community, and we'll get to that because I saw that on the website, is also real helpful.
Sometimes they just want to hear, so what did you do? Did you have the PICC line in your chest, in your arm, what, So I just said, hey, you know what, I found out that it worked better this way. And I really felt it was a better choice. And they just want to hear, they want your advice because you're going through it too. And they just like to hear what you have to say about that. What do you think I should do? I mean, what's your thought? Because they know you're going through it too. They know what doctors might say, but they sometimes want to hear what you have to say.
So you heard I registered the El Camino today for the car show.
Yes, the El Camino.
Why are you, and you're on the committee for the car show, why are you involved?
Mostly, I would say the first and foremost is because I'm a 2-time survivor, and I really believe in pushing and supporting people that are going through this. It's not easy. It's not easy for the families. It's not easy for friends to see you going through it. And, oh, by the way, I was 67 El Camino. Got to show that off at the same time. That's the bonus right there.
So, Kristi, let's do the website one more time.
The car one?
No, the other one, the relay one.
Okay, good. I'm like, oh, I did the car one once. relayforlife.org/Quad Cities AZ.
Okay, great. So give us the date and location of the actual relay and a little bit about what goes on.
So our actual relay is June 3rd, and it's here at the town Prescott Valley in the theater on the green, the beautiful, I love the lawn. And it goes from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Now we don't, if you're a cancer survivor, please register. We want to celebrate you. We will not make you stay all night if you don't want to. Our teams, we do like to stay all night. Again, the whole significance of Cancer Never Sleeps. But we start off with a survivor dinner. So that's in the lawn, kind of by where the mailboxes are, right where the handicap parking is. So it's easily accessible. So we provide a free dinner for a survivor and a guest. But you need to be registered in advance for that. Because a big part of what we do is celebrating the survivors in our life. I mean, that's so important. And to Dene's point, to sit and talk to other survivors and to be there to support each other and see that there is hope and that they are hope. You are hope. I mean, you're hope to someone out there that has it. My mom, she's going to be 93 on the 4th of July, 2-time breast cancer survivor. I said, you're the epitome of hope. Like, here you are. So it's a great time for survivors and their families to come have a nice meal. At 6 p.m. we have the opening ceremonies, and then we ask survivors to kick off the event by they walk a lap by themselves and people fan out, cheer them on. Then we ask caregivers to join them for a second lap, and then the teams start walking after that. We have a DJ, we have some live music planned, we have different themed laps throughout the night. At 9 o'clock is a luminaria ceremony. You can purchase luminaria bags in honor and memory of a loved one. We do a canned food drive at the same time. So if you want to help, we can always use canned food. That weights down the bags during the night, but then we donate it to the food bank and the next morning. So it's a way of kind of a win-win. It meets our needs by keeping the bags weighted down, and we're doing something else good in the community by doing the food drive. And with our DJ, part of our ceremony is different than a lot in that Casey reads all the names and messages of all the bags that are lit up. So we have battery-operated tea lights that go in the bag, and there's a form you fill out if it's in honor or memory, their name, and then you can write a message, and he reads all of those. It's one of my favorite parts. It's extremely moving ceremony of the night. And then, we have crazy music and stuff the rest of the night. Our theme this year is Relayopoly, so the campsites, the layout will basically look like a Monopoly board.
Fine.
So again, we encourage people to dress up. As it gets closer, we have theme laps that we send out to the team captains so they can dress up, and we have little competitions. And then in the morning, we usually get breakfast delivered to us, and so we feed everyone before we leave.
I'm excited about that. We'll have a team. We just got to register for that. So I saw today on the website that you have raised $24,197.19 towards your goal of $50,000. You're halfway there. You have 45 days. I think you're going to make it. I know you're going to make it.
And I really think we will. Like I said, we're coming off 2 COVID compromised years the past years. But the registrations for the car cruise aren't factored into that total. And again, we have some amazing raffle items. I mean, amazing. So I think we're going to raise a lot of money from that. And then we do have teams have fundraisers night of, so you can come out, check that out, buy raffle tickets, participate in some of the fundraisers.
Great. So as we're wrapping up here, Kristi, I know you're a wealth of resources, and in your new position, probably even more. So what can you tell us about the services available here in Prescott Valley? And do you mind sharing your number if someone needs to talk to someone or needs a referral?
Oh, 100% people can call me. So I'll give that first. My number is 928-710-1021. Truly call me anytime. I'll put you in touch with whoever I can to help. So first, that 800 number, that's just my go-to for anyone because a lot of times, you may not live in the same town as a loved one that gets diagnosed. So that can help find resources wherever they're at. Because of COVID, a lot of the programs and services were shuttered during COVID. They're starting to roll them back out. A big one that people don't know, if you have to travel to the Valley for treatment, we used to have hotel partnerships. Unfortunately, that was a casualty of COVID. It's just too hard for hotels to be able to keep that up and offer that when, their occupancy was down with all the COVID mandates. But they have started doing lodging grants to the hospitals. So I know that Banner is one of the hospitals in Phoenix that has received a lodging grant. So if that is where you're going for treatment, they can arrange for you to get lodging at no charge with the grant. One of the programs I think that's going to be coming back soon in our area is Road to Recovery, where we have volunteers that can take people to their doctor appointments if they don't have a way to get there. We have volunteers who will pick them up, take them, get them there and back to their appointments. Again, that was something during COVID, the safety of having to sanitize your car after each one. That had been shuttered for a while, but that is rolling back out as well. A really great resource also is cancer.org. Again, because of COVID, the cancer resource centers weren't open. They have this great personal, I think it's called the Personal Health Manager. So it's just like a printout of what to expect. It kind of walks you through from diagnosis to the end of like questions you should ask your doctor. Because I feel a lot of times, Dean can answer this, when you get that diagnosis, I feel like your brain shuts down and you don't really hear much that's being said after that point. So it just kind of walks you through things you should be asking, what you can expect for your treatment. There's also resources for caregivers on cancer.org. There's resources for survivors, like a survivor network. So there's a lot out there available to people.
Right, and also on the website. Last question. I know American Cancer is huge. How does my money stay local if I sponsor Quad Cities?
Well, so research, we actually have had quite a lot of researchers funded in Arizona. But obviously research is something, it doesn't really matter where the researcher is because their treatments or their cocktails that they come up with, they're going to help anyone nationwide. But the resources help provide the programs like the Road to Recovery, helps provide the training for the volunteers to be able to do that. We did have the Cancer Resource Centers. We had the availability to get free wigs from there. So money does come back and help the people that are in our community.
Great. Kristi, thank you. I'm proud of you. Congratulations on your new job.
Thank you.
Dean, thank you. You have a great story.